Double cross. Couldn't have done it better myself. Nice work.
Alright, so for those of you guys who are interested in what I have as my settings, I usually run with 700 DPI on my mouse. And then in-game, I have it at 8.12. That's a little bit more comfortable for me. It's on the lower end of things. Vertical, everything else is set to 1. That's all default. So the only thing I messed with was the mouse sensitivity there. Turned it down a little bit. Aim down sight speed, I have it on relative. Everything else is disabled. And then under the general tab, we have my field of view, which is all the way up. Maxed out. Brightness, I have this turned up to 65. And this is a recent setting that I just made. And there was a recent guide by a YouTuber by the name of Iceman Isaac, who does a lot of Warzone Academy strategies. And he had a suggestion running with a couple filters using the NVIDIA display, as well as in-game settings that you can set both on console and PC. And I just started running with those settings, and I will link his video in the description below. And that is what you're going to see in today's gameplay. Then under graphics, you can see I have 100 on my render resolution, running at 1080. Sync every frame is disabled. Unlimited frame rate. I don't even really think the highlights works, so I have that disabled. And then everything else here is pretty much low. Texture resolution I have up to normal, so I can see a little bit more crisp, but everything here is more centered around performance based. Shadow map low, all these settings are disabled low. Depth of field is disabled. Film strength is off. Motion blur, weapon motion blur, all of this stuff is disabled. Film grain, this is important too, is to have that off as well. For my audio, I run boost low. I used to use boost high, but I can hear footsteps easier with boost low. And that's pretty much it. The only thing else is people wanted to know what my bindings are, but I usually don't recommend using my bindings because mine are very, very different from the standard traditional. So as you can see, I'm using the numpad for pretty much everything. These controls here I learned from way back in the Doom days. And I'm talking about like the original Doom on MS-DOS. I would run this key setup because this was a recommendation by a cousin of mine, and I just stuck with it ever since. So I don't think it really gives me an advantage. I would say it's more of an inconvenience because you have to always recalibrate your keys, but I've gotten so used to using this that I've just stuck with it. So yeah, you can see my reloads minus, next weapon, all of this stuff here. It's pretty much everything is on the numpad and the mouse. Yeah, so I don't recommend using my key layout. It's just a personal preference for me. That being said, I'm going to be trying out these new settings that were recommended by Iceman in a game of Kingslayer, which is one of the new game modes in Warzone. And there's only a trios version of it, and so I'm soloing this mode, and I come out with a win. I'm obviously going to be using a sweaty loadout to try to maximize my chances for this win. I'm running the M4 with your standard meta loadout. Then the R9, which got a huge buff to its ammunition, now equipping the Dragon Breath rounds. And that's just basically turning the gun into a fire heat machine. And it has already been a weapon that has been my main since the beginning of Call of Duty, and the gun that I have had most kills with, so it is a treat to be able to use this gun as a secondary alongside the Beast M4. Enjoy today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
Enemy dropping into the AO. We have lost the lead. Enemy dropping into the AO. Man is out. Recon. radar sweep.
We got recon online.
Advanced UAV on approach. Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy UAV overhead. Look out. Enemy advanced UAV over. Enemy dropping into the AO. Be advised. Advanced UAV is out of fuel. Returning to... Enemy soldier incoming. Be advised. Advanced UAV is out of fuel. Enemy UAV overhead. Soldier incoming. The enemy has the lead.
Big skin on that one.
We have control. Crush them. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Prepare for attack. Command is ours.
Target area is marked. Send it.
Hostile dropping into the area.
This is Builder 2-0, good copy. Welcome back away.
Gas is inbound. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Prepare for attack. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Get home.
I need recon on my position.
Advanced UAV on approach. Beginning radar sweep. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy dropping into the AO. Be advised. Advanced UAV is out of fuel. Returning to base. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Prepare for attack. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Requesting recon.
Advised. Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy UAV overhead.
Requesting recon.
Copy. Advanced UAV on approach. Beginning radar sweep. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Relocating.
Be advised. Advanced UAV is out of fuel. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Requesting recon.
Copy. Advanced UAV on approach. Radar sweep.
I need recon on my position.
Copy. Advanced UAV on approach. Be advised. Advanced UAV. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
Moving here.
Enemy UAV overhead. Be advised. Advanced UAV is out of fuel. Returning to base.
Repositioning.
Hostile dropping into the area. You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Enemy close to strike. Take cover. Enemy soldier incoming. You're losing ground. Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Prepare for attack.
Moving here.
Time's
We got
almost
recon
up.
online.
Finish mission. Copy. Advanced UAV on approach.
Repositioning.
Beginning radar sweep. Watch the skies.
Watch your 6.
Enemy UAV overhead. Be advised. Advanced UAV is operating. Resorting to base. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the sky. Dropping into the AO.
Reposition.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Prepare for attack. That is a win. These two foolish years have made them pay for it.